speaking26.com. TOEFL iBT Speaking 26. Aaron at speaking26.com. Okay, pharmacists, you have 5 weeks until registration for FPGEE opens. Today's live stream is about TOEFL iBT speaking question number 3. Even though I've made multiple videos about this, and even though multiple pharmacists have tried to give you guys advice in my videos about this, many of you are still making the same mistake because many other teachers, tutors, or whatever they want to call themselves are still making the same mistake, and that's this. There is no such thing as a so-called one-sentence definition. And even if the teachers or tutors who are trying to adapt so that I embarrass them less by saying now it's a 2-sentence definition, even that is still wrong. Pharmacists, the less than 30% of you that are going to pass. By the way, that's not how I want it to be. I wish you all passed and did wonderful things to make the world a better place instead of just making more money. But that's not how it is. The reality is, my estimate, less than 30% of you are going to pass for 2025. More in 2026, but for 2025, my estimate is less than 30% of you. For those of you who are taking this serious and have an open mind, you should be able to realize that the dense reading passage for speaking question number 3 deserves more of your attention than only one sentence. Imagine if you gave me a reading passage to read, something scientific. Aaron, you're going to talk about the latest research to cure cancer. Here's a paragraph that's the same size as the paragraph ETS gives you for reading the reading passage for speaking question number 3. Imagine if I told you I'm just going to look for one sentence. Imagine how you would immediately think of me as not being advanced or not willing to do the work. Something like not giving the reading passage the respect it deserves. If you still think that there's a so-called definition in the reading passage, you haven't been learning from my videos that prove it to you. You get to decide yourself. If you want to see the video, send me an email. All you have to say is, Aaron, I want to see the video where you prove there's no such thing as a so-called one-sentence definition. And I'll send it to you. So you will score higher. You will be more likely to get your 26 on TOEFL iBT speaking when you first get more of the points that are available to you from the reading passage. Here, I'll say it this way. This should make sense. You know that the TOEFL is hard. You know that they do a good job of challenging you, a good job of increasing the difficulty level to really find out if you're fluent or just able to hack it. And the reading passage for speaking question number 3 is a great example of this. The information is not easily at the beginning or easily at the end or easily in a so-called definition. The entire reading passage is the definition. And it's not like I can tell you, oh, just focus on this one sentence for at the beginning or at the end. TOEFL does a great job of what test makers are supposed to do. Find out if you're truly advanced in fluency or not. And the way that they do that in the reading passages is by having the most important information scattered throughout the reading passage, which means it's harder for you to just find a so-called definition, lift it, and prove that you're advanced. It's harder than that. Instead, you're going to have to dig into it. From the first or second sentence, you'll get something important. And then from the next sentence, part of that sentence will be important. Maybe the sentence after that will be a blank, but then the sentence after that. So do you see how complicated it is? Do you see how much more work and effort you're going to have to put into this? And maybe that's one of the reasons why so many other people don't give this advice. Maybe they know that you don't want to hear you're going to have to put more work and effort into it. Maybe they know that you would much rather hear you only need one sentence, a so-called definition. The entire reading passage for speaking question number 3 is the definition, not just one sentence, or if some of them are starting to adapt to me, kind of adapt to me, and now they're telling you 2 sentences. Let me be clear, that is also not enough. The entire paragraph is the definition. Okay, so pharmacists, those of you who are more determined than the other pharmacists, those of you who have a greater likelihood of being part of the less than 30% who pass for 2025 and are taking FPGEE in October this year, I encourage you to be willing to look at the reading passages with fresh eyes, because there are points that you have previously been leaving on the table, points that I want you to collect, points that you are already capable of collecting. Your reading skills and your overall English fluency are already good enough to be getting those extra points from the reading passage that you have previously been neglecting. I know part of it is not your fault. You believed somebody just because they had a lot of subscribers and views. But I thought you were paying attention to who has the most verifiable passing scores. Maybe I was wrong. Go watch my videos so that you can score more points. Start with the videos that have pharmacists giving you their best advice on how they went from not passing to passing. I'll end my video with this. For the reading passages for speaking question number 3, should you only be looking for a so-called definition, or should you start treating the entire reading passage as the complete, thorough, and advanced 26 advanced definition? Aaron at speaking26.com. Best of luck to all test takers.